Join us, Freddie and Anne, on a 2-day trip to the capital of Czechia, Prague. Starting off from Stansted Airport on a Friday and returning on Sunday, we didn't have much time and Prague has so much stuff to do. So if you're also going on a trip to Prague, hopefully this video will help you get the most out of it. We stayed at the Almanac X Alcron Hotel, a pretty good hotel with a great location. We even got a free room upgrade and a welcome cake, so I was quite impressed with them. After a short rest at the hotel, we headed out into the now dark city. For dinner, we went to Kantýna, a popular and reasonably priced canteen-style Czech restaurant. The food is simple but high quality, and we got beef rib and pork belly with a few sides. There's no assigned seating, you just walk in and a staff member will give you a card. Then when you make an order, that card gets stamped, and when it's time to pay, you just hand the card to the cashier. The only downside is that it gets so busy you'll be fighting for seats. We just ended up standing. It's a really cool restaurant though, just look at that ceiling. They love Franz Kafka. Now, if you want some of the best chocolate in Prague, head to Choco Cafe. They have a huge variety of chocolate drinks and chocolate to buy, and it's quite a nice cozy little shop. This is a masala spice flavour hot chocolate, and the other was janduja flavour. It's so much better than what you get in places like Starbucks or Costa Coffee.
Wow, it's like drinking melted Nutella.
How's the view?
Good. That.
We tried to go to a bar, but it was cash only, so bring cash.
Looking so pretty, friend.
Costa Coffee, M&S, Tesco. It's like being in Manchester. And that's the end of our first night in Prague. Afterwards, we just went back to the hotel for an early start in the morning. And after enjoying the hotel's surprisingly good breakfast, we headed to Prague Castle. Prague Castle is a sprawling array of palaces and churches perched on a hill overlooking the whole city. It's very picturesque, and by buying a ticket you get access to 4 of the main buildings here for free. You can also buy an audio guide for 300 crowns extra per adult, or join a guided tour for 250 extra per adult. But we just wandered about. at this guy just chilling. Also, this is the ticket queue, so definitely buy a ticket online ahead of time. And you've probably noticed it by now, but for me, one of the best things about Prague is the beautiful architecture. Around every corner you'll see ornate buildings with intricate designs, all extremely well preserved. If you're looking for medieval vibes, Prague is probably the best city in the world to visit. Maybe only Tallinn in Estonia comes close. Next up on our list was the Klementinum, and we were excited about seeing the amazing Baroque library and concert hall. But they'd sold out of tickets, so definitely book this in advance as well. So instead, we went to the Municipal library just across the street. Slightly less interesting, but famous for their infinite book tower. This was completely free, but the queue did take over an hour. By putting mirrors at either end of the tower, it gives the illusion of stretching on forever. Cool? Yeah, but probably not worth the hour-long wait just for a 30-second photo op. And somehow we always end up in Starbucks. In the Jewish quarter of the city, we have Trdelník Coffee. You'll find hundreds of these Trdelník places in Prague, but we thought this was the most interesting, and also highest rated. Trdelník, which I'm hopefully saying correctly, are a traditional sugar-coated pastry found throughout Central Europe. You get to watch them make it by hand in front of you, and we got the apple strudel flavour topped with soft-serve ice cream. For 170 crowns, you get a massive portion, easily enough for two and definitely worth the money. Then, as the sun set, we headed to the Pilsner Urquell experience, an interactive tour of one of the world's most famous beers. The tour itself was just fine, but for only 549 crowns each, you get basically 2.5 cups of beer for free. So I reckon it's worth the money, especially if you like beer.
Excellent. My name is Peter. I'll be your tapster. We're halfway.
Joseph Grohl. Who? Me? The genius who combined the latest technology with my Bavarian brewing smarts.
Joseph, you can.
You're guided through the history of beer and how Pilsner Urquell came to be, and then are taken to a few interactive games, before being dumped in their beer hall with 2 free drink tokens and some vouchers for extra food and drink. And literally opposite the Pilsner experience is an arcade called Gamecity. We had some time to kill, so checked it out, and it was pretty fun. Probably not too impressive as far as arcades go, but who doesn't like playing a classic arcade game? Oh!
Damn pretty. Not cut out for the motorbiker life.
It's quite good.
Oh no. Eventually we ended up with enough tickets to win some jawbreakers, but they tasted terrible. The last food stop on our trip was at Kuchyň, which literally means the kitchen in Czech, a slightly fancier restaurant just opposite the entrance to Prague Castle. Located in a cellar beneath the National Gallery, it also has a terrace overlooking the whole city. The menu features pretty typical but high quality Czech dishes, and we both opted for their special Game Castle feast menu, a game meat themed restaurant consisting of venison and wild boar, though there were a few vegetarian options too. After a small amuse-bouche, we had a deer tartare with quail egg and mushroom emulsion.
Very game.
Next up was wild boar cheeks with grated truffle and brioche. And I have to say, if you don't like the gamey meat taste, maybe don't choose this menu, but we did enjoy it a lot.
How does it taste, Frey?
Like wild boar.
It's so good.
And for the main course, I got a slow roasted deer leg and Anne got the grilled deer loin. This was the most expensive meal of the trip, but definitely worth the cost of about $90. And now in the last part of this video, I'll just cover how to get around the city. There's absolutely no need for Uber or taxi. Public transport is great and super cheap. We bought 2 24-hour tickets which covered all buses, trams and subways for just 120 crowns a pop. You can buy it through the PID Litaka app, just get a paper ticket at kiosks or ticket machines throughout the city. And you'll also notice there aren't actually any ticket barriers anywhere, and bus drivers don't check the tickets. But on one tram there was actually a conductor checking, so you definitely need to buy one. Don't know what the fine would be, but I assume it's not good. Google Maps also works great here, so that's all you really need to navigate. And that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and maybe leave a comment too.